Guys, so this is just a bit of a review for if you're using PowerPoint. So we're going to learn how to create a presentation, format a presentation, and add design touches to the presentation. So for the first project or activity we're going to do, we're going to create slides from a blank presentation. So we'll open your PowerPoint. First of all, create a blank presentation. And we're going to add a title in here. So the title is Kintozo Food Services. So this is just our title slide, completed by, as a subtitle on the title. Now, just as a review, we're going to merge a presentation or reuse slides, as they call it in PowerPoint. So click on the new slide, or sorry, first of all, save as. We always save our projects first, so tray proposal. Now we already started one just like it, so I'm going to call it Trade Proposal 1. And then save it. So save whenever you get the chance. And now we're going to go to Reuse Slides. So click on the new slide in the Home tab. Drop down arrow, go to the very bottom, go to Reuse Slides. And then look for the slide presentation, the boilerplate. So this is in the circling back files. I downloaded boilerplate, and reuse the slides 2 to 4. Okay, so 2 to 4. So 2, 3, 4, and I'm just assuming that order. So they don't want the title slide because we created one ourselves. And then I'm going to. Oh, it doesn't say keep source formatting, so that's fine. And the source formatting is exactly like the one we have with the white background, so we really don't need to worry about that. It doesn't tell us, but we don't really need that information. And then it says rearrange slides so that slide 2 becomes slide 3. Okay. And you just go like this. Alright, so 2 is the next 3, and 3 is the new 2. And then we're going to print. And in grayscale. See what our presentation would look like in grayscale. And it doesn't really change much because we don't have a lot of color anyway. And then just save our presentation, and that's it for our creating a presentation review. Alright, so now we're going to practice formatting a presentation. So we have the initial presentation set up, and now we're going to add some color to this one. So we're going to apply a theme first. Let's apply the Wisp theme. So we design tab, and you can apply a theme. Any one of these would give you a different theme, but we want the Wisp theme, that's this one, and we also want the third variant. So this is a very important step here. Notice the color variants that come with the variant theme of the Wisp theme. These ones do not have purple in it, and we sort of want our font to be purple. So if you wanted your font to be really purple, you could choose this one, but we're going to go with the blue third variant here. So click on that, and we're going to make some other changes as well. So we're going to delete this. So delete the font, just backspace or press delete, and then also delete the text box holder. So click on this border, make sure it's solid, and then press delete. And now it's gone. And then we're going to create some word art. So go to Insert tab, go to the word art drop menu, choose the fill blacks text one, the first one to the left, or to the top left here, the first option. And we're going to type in all caps. Alright, now we're going to make these changes. We're going to make some changes to the title here. So instead of 54, I don't know, it's not a big difference, 56, center, a little bit bigger. Then we're going to change the word art text fill to purple accent 6, darker 50%. So under the Format tab and in Drawing Tools, click Text Fill. And this is the last column here, the darker 50%. That's this option right here. And click on it. It's very dark. And then we're going to change it. We're going to make this a gradient. So, oh no, not out. Yeah, it's still in the text fill drop arrow and gradient. And it says under the dark variants, pick the linear down. So that's the one we're going to choose right here. Second one to the right there. And then which will bring our dark colors to the top. lighter color to the bottom. Change the outline to purple. So text outline. We're just gonna make it, what's it say? Accent 6. Yeah, purple accent 6. So lighter purple in the outline. And then we're gonna add a reflection. So text effects. Go to reflection, and it wants tight reflection touching effect. That's this one. So just click on it, see how there's, but see how it doesn't allow enough room for all of that to show, so we're gonna fix that. So this is the tricky one, so we're gonna reposition the word art to be a little bit higher than the actual box here, so to allow that reflection to show. So what you're gonna do, there's another way to get to this, but I like right-clicking, highlight, right-click, format text effects, and then so right here you have your text fill and outline, text effects, and your text box, and that's the one we want. So click on text box, and up from the bottom margin, we want to change that to, well, we could go up to, just scroll up, and that way you get kind of a view of what that would look like, but it wants to stop at ½ an inch there. So I don't know, you get more room to see the reflection, a little bit more room, and then exit. And then we're going to apply italics to this subtitle here. Now be careful with the wording in this. It says center the subtitle horizontally under the title. That doesn't mean press center. I mean, you could, but then you also have to do this. So if you want to really center it, you have to move the text box, just center, and then see where that vertical line just popped up that says it's right in the center. That's what you have to do. Okay, so now it's perfectly centered with the other text, or the title box. So the subtitle box and the title box line up perfectly and they're centered. Alright, so now that we're done with that slide, let's move on to slide 2. And we'll make some other formatting changes as well. So in the right text folder, we're going to make a few changes. We're going to change all of this to 24 font. So I like to just get a little bigger. And then wants us to right align this text here. Notice how it's a quote, and then we put the person who said the quote over here and where they're from. This is the attribution, so the person that actually made the quote is the attribution. And then we're going to adjust the line spacing of this because we don't need a double space or single space the way it is. So we'll go down to line spacing options and just close the gap here and close the gap here so there's no space, and just press OK, and now that looks a little bit nicer. Then we have it, and yeah, so we're going to copy that same style. We're going to highlight all of this, double click on the format painter button, and then apply the same to the quote on the, oh, don't move that around, but just highlight this. Now it doesn't get some things like the right align and line spacing, so we're just going to have to do that again. But it's good to practice, so go to line spacing options here, and just make that 0. And now it's just like the quote in the second slide. Okay, now we're going to go to slide 4. And we're going to go to inserting a text box. So, and make it the same just underneath this one. About the same width as the picture. And then we're going to type in this. And as you can tell, my words per minute is really fast. No, I'm just kidding. That was video editing effects, but totally ready for this year's keyboard championship. I'm gonna win this year. So anyways, just make sure that this text box lines up with this picture, and then we're gonna format this text box. It won't tell us to. Okay, so we're gonna center. So leave the font. We won't change the font size, but we'll change the box style. So this might be a little confusing because this step is all about you. So if you want to change this style, you would go to Drawing Tools Format box, so make sure that you're clicked within this box, and then choose a shape style. And it's all up to you whether you want to do like a blue that matches. You could do a blue color. To me that's a little boring, but I would choose a blue variant, or maybe even something like this. It's really up to you, your choice and style, whatever you like. I think this last one down here is kind of cool, so I think I'll choose that one, and because it has a little bit of shadow effect. So just keep that in mind, whichever style you choose. And that's basically it for formatting. And don't forget to save your work. Alright, so let's add some design touches to our presentation. So this is the last thing we do. This is project 3, so let's get this finished. So I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and then just like you would a header footer, click header and footer. And we want the date, so that'll update automatically whenever you open this. And we want slide numbers as well. And then don't show on title slide. Okay, so that wouldn't look so good on a title slide, but it would look good for the rest of the slides. So we're going to say apply to all. Okay, so it'll be on every single one except the title slide, and we see that there. Oh yeah, it's right here. Sorry, in this type of design, it's right here. So I'm used to seeing it at the bottom, but in this kind of design, it's right here. So that's the page number. And then we're going to go to the view, and we're going to go to the slide master. So slide master view, and then remember the one that's on right now isn't the master slide. You have to scroll up a little bit first. By default it'll take you to not the one of the layout slide masters, but the real slide master takes some scrolling up to the top. So this one allows us to make changes to every single layout. So that's the one we want, and we have the date here, and they said they want it to move to the left of the footer. So align it with the footer, but move it to the left. And that allows us for the one slide to move it to the left of the picture. Okay, so that'll happen for all of the slides because we did it in the top slide master. So make sure it says, notice the comment there, it says slide master, not the title slide layout master or title and content layout master. It's just the overall slide master right at the top. Okay, and then we'll close. And then we'll insert a new slide, so click on slide 4, and then we'll add some contact information and do some things with this slide as well. So type in as fast as you can, contact us. Just remember, you can also change the layout, and the layout is supposed to be to content. Okay, so just put in the title, change the layout to content. Alright, so if you're like me, it should have already automatically put in a hyperlink for you, but if not, you can also right click, and so I'm going to remove the hyperlink just in case yours didn't create a hyperlink to the website. And then right click it, click hyperlink, same website. Okay, same thing. So if yours didn't automatically do that, you can also insert a hyperlink as well. So that's how you would insert a hyperlink. And then we're going to apply a different background style. So only to slide 5, so only this slide. So we want to keep the rest of the designs or the backgrounds in each slide the same. But we just want to add a little touch to this one. So I'm going to design. Oh well, okay, there's two ways to do it. So I could go to the design tab and click format background, or you could just right click and go to format background. Either way, let's really change this, make this unique. So I don't know, it's a little extreme, but yeah. And then if I play around with the gradient stops, it looks like the sun is coming in. Okay, maybe I don't want that much brightness. Oh, yeah. Just maybe take the brightness down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So that's unique. You can play around with the styles here if you want. Just make it different than the other slides without applying to all. So don't press apply to all. Make this one unique. That's what we want to do. Normally I'd probably make this a little bigger. You don't have to, but this is just my my choice. I want to make this bigger. Remember that font should always be greater than 30. Unless it's like that. Okay, something like that. So now we'll do a few formatting changes to slide 3. So what we want to do is first is actually go to slide 3, and then we're going to actually insert a shape. So we're going to find insert shape. Shape's right here. And then we're actually going to do an insert an information button. So this is how you do that. Now you can make it nice and big, but make sure it's above the date. And then we're going to hyperlink it. Make sure that it's hyperlinked to our Excel file that's provided in our data files here. So that is the pricing Excel sheet. Okay, so when you click on it, but when we do our presentation and go through this, it will work when we click on it. Okay, and the next thing we do is click on this text box, and we're going to shape fill, and then go to texture, and we're going to pick the blue texture, or blue tissue paper texture. Alright, so and then we're going to do the same thing with the text box in slide 2. I don't even have to highlight, I don't know why I'm doing that. So shape fill, so just click anywhere in the box and then go to texture. Blue tissue paper kind of stands out from the background a little bit. And then that is really just it. Alright, so now we go through our slide. So we've got that 2 texture fill. And then on slide 3 we have our information button. So we'll see if it actually worked. Come on, and then it did. It took us right to our Excel pricing sheet. And it did. So we're gonna exit that and then keep going. It's got that, looks nice. And then our very unique background, slide 5. So that is it. Thanks for watching.